So I just watched Hoppers, the latest Pixar movie. And when I watched the trailers, I thought this was just going to be like Elio. A simple, fine kids movie. One you can put on, shut them up without some kid you're babysitting, in my case, or your daughter or son if you're a parent, just to get them to shut up for an hour and not feel too much pain watching it. And at first, it seemed like that. It had a decent emotional heart, fine enough characters, but the second half, now that's is when the movie actually turned to entertaining. Like it was easily miles above most stuff that Pixar puts out nowadays. I mean, this decade there's been Inside Out 2 and Soul, and that's it. The rest of this decade's been pretty weak. Pixar has been incredibly sliding downhill into unoriginal cheap crap, and it's been exhausting. I haven't really been interested in a lot of the new releases. I think the last time I was set for a new release was Inside Out 2. The rest of them I've been skeptical about. And again, some of them range from very few of them I would call bad. I only call 3 Pixar movies bad. Good Dinosaur, Cars 2, and Elemental. God, Elemental is the worst Pixar movie in my opinion. That may be a hot take, but I just hate that movie so much. This is a massive step up. What is the movie about? Well, the movie follows a hyperactive girl called Maple, and no, not this one. In case you're wondering, she's very close to her grandmother who passes, but then she passes away, and her grandmother are both big environmental people, especially about this one glade that they live near. And this guy, the mayor, wants to destroy the glade and turn it into a highway. So Abel tries to get the animals to move back into the glade so that he can't turn it into a highway since the glade has been abandoned. But to do that, she hijacks the science project of her 2 professors and transfers her conscience into a robotic beaver. There, she becomes allies with the beaver, but instead she accidentally creates a war between humans and beavers. Not beavers, but all animals. So yeah, that's the premise. And again, it already sounds ridiculous, but the lengths they go to, especially the last 40 minutes, are just crazy, man. I was honestly laughing my ass off half the time. It was super funny. Again, the first half is kind of slow, and it's typical character development, beats and jokes. But really, that second half was just so off the wall. It was worth seeing to the first half. But again, going back to problems, the first half it has a lot of really childish humor, very simple, dumb jokes. Again, some of them work, but most of them are just a little annoying. And again, before she turns into a beaver, it's pretty forgettable and dull. And again, the environmental message is not bad. It's actually done quite well for a kids movie, better than most kids movies. But it's still just not anything exceptional. It's no Princess Mononoke, that's for sure. In terms of depth, I guess it does. Again, it's fine enough, but I wish I could a little bit more. Albeit, since this movie says that maybe humans aren't all jerks and that extremism isn't the way, it's already 50 times more in depth about environmentalism than all the Avatar movies combined. I don't even want to get into that argument right now. But again, movie is it's one of the reviews I have a hard time saying a lot because it's just a fun, charming movie and kids movie. Because again, kids movies. Well, there's nothing too wrong with these movies. There's not a lot to say because again, the flaws are either very minimal or again things you're willing to overlook due to the age demographic. And again, for the most part, I say it did a good job. Again, if you have a kid, they're probably gonna like this. It's very funny. It's very weird. It's very zany. It's the stuff that they're gonna enjoy, especially even with the kids' not PTSD. I'm sorry, ADHD. TikTok brains. They'll still be able to keep attention to what's happening and follow along perfectly well. Again, and so yeah, so far Pixar is back on track with a good original movie. It's been a while. Again, don't go saying this is Incredibles or freaking Ratatouille, WALL-E, nothing, not even close to those ones. But it's still a good stepping stone. Hopefully one day they can get back to making those movies like Up and Toy Story. And they are still making Toy Story. Oh god, Toy Story 5 is the next. Toy Story 5 is the next Pixar movie. I'm not looking forward to that one. Not looking forward to that one though. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. Before we get, but right now, at least we go out and win right before Toy Story 5, which is again not 100%, but I'm giving like a 50-50 shot of being a loss. But Hoppers itself, I'm giving Hoppers a 7 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed it.